Imagine a species that, despite experiencing over 150 million deaths in wars in just 1 century, not only survives but thrives. They wield weapons capable of erasing entire cities in seconds, and see war not as madness but as a form of twisted art. How do they endure such chaos? If you are new on our channel, please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon. You sit in the grand chamber of the Intergalactic Council, your advanced mind pondering the chaos of the universe. Your species has mastered the art of living in harmony with the cosmos. You have avoided war, catastrophe, and the reckless pursuit of power for eons. Yet, as the council convenes, there is only one topic of discussion: humans. The Zalthar representative, a species known for their methodical caution and strict adherence to logic, stands to address the council. His many eyes narrow as he speaks. We have observed them for centuries. Humans defy all reason. Their actions cannot be predicted. They are dangerous. Their existence is a threat to the balance of the galaxy. The room falls silent. Every species present has had some contact with humanity. They've watched them from afar or encountered them in passing. And yet, no one fully understands them. How could they? Humanity, in its short existence, has done the unthinkable time and time again. Let's start with their homeworld, Earth. When the Council first discovered Earth, they were baffled that any species could evolve there. Earth is a hostile planet by galactic standards. 71% of it is covered by vast, unpredictable oceans. A typical alien species wouldn't even dream of living near these bodies of water, let alone using them as a source of life. The pressure at the deepest point of Earth's oceans, the Mariana Trench, reaches over 1,000 times the standard atmospheric pressure. For most species, the crushing depths would be fatal. Humans? They've sent machines and even people down there to explore. And it doesn't stop with the oceans. Earth is regularly ravaged by natural disasters. The planet's tectonic plates shift violently, causing earthquakes that devastate entire regions. Hurricanes, tornadoes, and tsunamis frequently strike its surface. Yet, rather than avoiding these dangerous zones, humans live in them. They build cities on fault lines and along coastlines, fully aware of the risks. In the past century alone, over 2 million humans have perished due to earthquakes, and yet they rebuild every time, as if daring nature to try again. Consider this: the deadliest earthquake in human history, the Shanxi earthquake of 1556, killed 830,000 people in a single event. To any rational species, this would be a sign to abandon such treacherous lands. Humans, however, see it as a challenge, a problem to solve. Their mindset is incomprehensible. When we look to space, things get even stranger. By all logic, space exploration should be left to species that have evolved in stable, safe environments. Yet, humanity, born in chaos, was the first to hurl themselves into the stars. When they launched their early space programs, the chance of failure and death was high. The first human in space, Yuri Gagarin, had only a 50% chance of surviving his flight. 50%. That's a coin toss. But he went anyway, and so did many others after him. In 1969, they did the unthinkable. Humans traveled to their moon, a barren, lifeless rock 384,400 kilometers away. The risks were astronomical. They strapped themselves into a metal tube filled with explosive fuel and launched themselves into space. In the vacuum of space, one mistake would mean instant death. And yet, when Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon's surface, he didn't speak of fear or survival. Instead, he called it a giant leap for mankind. It wasn't enough for them to simply survive. Humans wanted to explore, to conquer the unknown, no matter the cost. This isn't just some rare occurrence. Statistically, astronauts train for over 10 years, dedicating thousands of hours to prepare for missions that could end their lives in an instant. Between 1961 and 1986, nearly 5% of all manned spaceflights ended in disaster. Yet humans pressed forward, seemingly unfazed by the odds. Today, they plan to colonize Mars, a planet with temperatures that averaged 96 degrees Celsius and an atmosphere that would kill them in minutes. Yet they continue to build ships, calculating how to live on this barren world. The logic behind this? There is none. Other species far more advanced look at Mars and see a wasteland. Humans look at it and see home. Now let's talk about something even more baffling: human warfare. Throughout their history, humans have fought each other. often to the point of self-destruction. The statistics are staggering. During the 20th century alone, over 150 million humans were killed in wars. That's 3% of their total population at the time. To most species, the idea of such loss is unimaginable. The mere concept of war is illogical. Why would a species intentionally wipe out its own kind? But humans? They've turned war into an art form. Their weapons, especially nuclear ones, are capable of annihilating entire cities in a matter of seconds. The atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima in 1945 had a yield of 15 kilotons of TNT and killed over 140,000 people. Yet, rather than using this power to unite or to maintain peace, they constantly hover on the brink of destruction, creating weapons even more powerful than before. During the Cold War, humanity lived under the shadow of nuclear annihilation. At its peak, there were over 60,000 nuclear warheads in existence, enough to destroy Earth many times over. And yet, rather than living in constant fear, humans developed terms like mutually assured destruction and went on with their daily lives, as though the threat of total extinction was just another background noise. They flirted with the end of their species, but somehow it didn't end them. Now, consider the human body itself. At first glance, they seem weak. Their bones are brittle compared to many other species. They have no natural armor, no sharp claws, no venom. Yet, when pushed to the brink, humans display an almost supernatural ability to survive. Take their endurance, for example. Humans are capable of running marathon distances 42 kilometers without stopping. The average human can maintain a steady pace for hours, even in extreme conditions. Their bodies heat up to dangerous levels, often reaching over 39 degrees Celsius during intense physical exertion. Yet they press on, defying their biology. Even more shocking is their ability to survive injuries that would kill most species. There are countless records of humans surviving extreme trauma: impalements, decapitation, severe burns, and massive blood loss. One case in particular stands out. In 1822, a fur trapper named Hugh Glass was mauled by a grizzly bear, sustaining injuries that would have killed any other species. His back was torn open and his ribs were exposed, but instead of succumbing to his wounds, he crawled over 200 kilometers to safety. Humans also willingly put themselves in life-threatening situations for entertainment. Sports like boxing, where two individuals willingly punch each other into unconsciousness, or even skydiving, where they jump out of planes from 12,000 feet. To an alien species, this is insanity, and yet for humans, it's just another thrill. But the strangest, most baffling aspect of humanity is their hope. No matter how dire the situation, no matter how grim the statistics, humans always believe they can overcome it. This illogical optimism has led them to defy the odds again and again. In 1970, during the Apollo 13 mission, a catastrophic explosion crippled the spacecraft. The chances of survival were slim, and the numbers said the crew should have perished. But through sheer willpower and determination, humans on the ground and in space worked tirelessly for days, bringing the crew home against all odds. This same optimism can be seen in their response to global threats. Climate change, pandemics, nuclear crises, humans face these challenges head-on, often against their own interests, and somehow they survive. They rebuild. They innovate. So are humans truly insane? Or is their madness their greatest strength? From their wild explorations to their destructive wars, from their baffling endurance to their relentless hope, humans continue to defy logic, reason, and even fate. One thing is clear: no species in the galaxy is quite like them, and perhaps, in their madness, lies the secret to their success. So next time you encounter a human, remember, what you see as chaos, they see as opportunity.